Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to do this long overdue video of these boots right here. These are my Truman boots in Java waxed flesh. I ordered these in April of 2016. It is now August of 2018, so 2 years old. And these were a special makeup exclusively for a company called Mild Blend Supply Co. This is the only pair of Trumans that I did not have made to order, MTO. This is a really interesting leather and just a fascinating leather. This is definitely one of the Truman's most popular leathers, the Java Wax Flesh, mainly because, I mean, just look at it. It has so much character. It's got the rough out side of the leather on the outside. It definitely patinas very nicely. I'll include some pictures from when I first got this. They continue to develop such a rich patina, which is really nice. I did wipe out in these. I was on a scooter and I fell, and you could see, I don't know if you could see right here, but there's a big scratch from the concrete. I basically slid on the concrete in these, and so it's got a nice scuff there. What else is interesting about these is the tongue. As you can tell, the tongue is a different leather altogether. This is called shoulder, I believe. I believe it's just cow shoulder. And this leather, this Java Wax Flesh, is actually sourced from Horween. And you can tell, when these showed up, they smelled identical to my Chrome Excel boots that I get. And as also my reverse tobacco chamois boots that I have from Alden. This leather has the identical smell. I mean, they smelled incredible when they first arrived. Now, of course, that smell does, dissipate over time. They were my favorite boot for a while, and then I started noticing, I think, sizing wise, I went for these in an 8.5. I think I had a hard time wearing these with thick socks, actually. Normally with Trumans you go true to size, but I've talked about this before. When you get the structured toe, that structured toe adds a lot of volume to the toe box, and where I ran into issues was this leather is actually pretty tough. It didn't stretch that much. So, I went a half size down, and they fit very good with thin socks, but when I put thick socks on, it was kind of crushing my foot. So, and for that reason, I actually considered selling these at one point, but then I came to my senses and decided, no, I'm going to keep these. Mainly because I tried a stretching method on these where you make your own alcohol solution. You put rubbing alcohol into a spray bottle with water, and you just spray the outside of the boot. For me, it was the toe area that needed stretching the most. So I just sprayed that down with the alcohol. I sprayed the inside, and I did both boots, and then I put on really thick socks and walked around in these outside for a while, and then I put in some really big shoe trees, and that seemed to do the trick. They're not tight anymore, so that helps stretch them out a little bit. These have become my rugged boots. I used to wear these. I used to baby these. I wear them with my nice denim and all that, but now these have become more my adventure boots. These are the boots that I put to the test. Whenever I'm going to go on a hike outside, I put these on. Like I said, when I did that hunt, I wore these, and they just got so muddy, and I just hosed them off with the hose. It was pretty awesome, actually. These are just such badass boots. As you can see, these also have the Lug Commando sole on the bottom, so you can't beat that. These are one of the most badass boots that I have, and I treat them as such. This is the pair to wear if I'm gonna go, like I said, do some outdoors stuff. If I'm gonna do rock climbing, some bouldering, maybe go into a cave or something. These are gonna be the boots that I'm gonna take with me, just because I do want to kind of beat the crap out of them and abuse them a little bit, just to see what more of a patina I could form on these. So, and I realized that with this lighting in here, this lighting probably doesn't give the best reflection of what these, what the depth of the color really looks like. So I'll get these outside. But Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the features here. So yeah, we also have rawhide laces. I wouldn't use anything but rawhide laces on these boots. I mean, the rawhide just accentuates the badassery of the boot. You got the nice heel cap here, and this is just such a sturdy pair. They're very comfortable to run in, especially outdoors. But anyways, I don't want to get off topic. So yeah, these have the cap toes, and the cap toes was the only reason I could justify it, because I have another pair of Roy boots from Context Clothing. They're Aldens. Those are on a plain toe model. So being that these had the cap toes, I could kind of justify adding that to my collection. Additionally, I did want to touch on, so I did think that when I first saw these, I did think that these were reverse tobacco chamois. I thought that it was just a name that Truman gave these, but no, this is a completely different leather from reverse tobacco chamois. I'm not sure, looking on this and handling it, this is just this Java Wax Flesh, it's less oily, it's smooth actually. By the look of it, these don't look very smooth, but they're very smooth. You know, it looks like there's a lot of texture going on, but no, when I touch these, they're very smooth. So, whereas the reverse tobacco chamois is not smooth at all. It's very rough. You know, it's like a suede. It's like a very heavily oiled suede. Again, I'm not quite sure, but Java Wax Flesh is different from reverse tobacco chamois. That much I do know. So anyways, I'll get these outside and you can have a look at them in the sunlight. Alright, so I figured instead of just talking about the differences between reverse tobacco chamois here and Java Wax Flesh, that I would actually just get the Alden Roy boot into the video so that you could see, and hopefully I could capture the subtle differences between these two leathers. So yeah, they're both rough looking aesthetically, but this reverse tobacco chamois, it does have an oilier, more suede feel to it. The nap of the leather is very pronounced, especially on this side. You can see it really good. It's almost got a hairiness to it going on. You can see that pretty good there. Pretty cool. I love this leather. This is definitely one of my favorite leathers. The reverse tobacco chamois is also pretty light. It's thinner compared to the Java Wax Flesh. The Java Wax Flesh seems to be heavier, a little bit sturdier. So if that's any help. Okay, so, and this might also be another good opportunity to talk about the volume in the structured toe in the toe box. So these are Truman's in 8.5s. Normally it's recommended to go true to size with Truman. I go normally size 9 in Truman's, but on the structured toe I've found that the structured toe fits me better if I go down half a size, and the reason being, okay, so these are Alden's on the True Balance last, and as you can see here, just look at the toe here. Look at how much more raised the structured toe is compared to the unstructured toe. This is a structured toe, and it's just got a lot more. See on the Aldens here, it's unstructured. Look at how much more room you got over here on the structured toe and the Trumans. And that's why I size accordingly. So for the Truman, since there is so much more volume here, I go down half a size. That's me. I know everybody's feet are different, but on these Aldens, these are, like I said, True Balance 8.5. You can see that the toe box just has so much less volume since it's collapsed. And to actually line these up next to each other, you can see that the Aldens are just a little bit longer. So yeah, you can see here, the Aldens are probably just a ½ inch longer in the toe, but again, just because of that collapsed toe box, it that makes the difference for me in terms of sizing. This Java Wax Flesh, when you first get it, it's so smooth. It's starting to get a little rougher to the touch now that it's really, you know, breaking in and forming some patina, but still it's a lot smoother than this than this reverse tobacco chamois. The reverse tobacco chamois is just a lot rougher in feel and a lot more oily. Yeah, check out that texture. So nice. I don't want to get in the direct sunlight because that would get in the way of the details. But got the stitch down construction there. Just a very badass leather. I love it. Can't believe I contemplated selling these. Yeah, these still have some water spots on them from when I hosed them off. Sorry about that. And there's a nice scuff back there. And obviously, the more time goes on, the more that's going to look like that, more scuffed up. And then here, this is where I scraped the concrete. Right along here took the damage. And then this took some damage too. Actually, that hit took the hardest hit. You could see some of the stitching it ripped the stitching out right there. You could see the links and the stitching is sort of missing there. Which is funny. Very nice again, and I love that contrast with the shoulder, this shoulder leather. Right there, it's like an orange. It started out redder, more red, but now it's actually, after getting hosed down a few times, it's actually taking more of an orange look. It's lightening up quite a bit. Whereas the Java Wax Flesh, I mean, that's maintained its color very nicely. So anyways, this will conclude my video on these beautiful boots. Again, these were the Truman boots in Java Waxed Flesh. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you, I hope this helps you out if you're considering this leather. I highly recommend it. I love this leather. Definitely a very rugged leather. And, you know, me speaking personally, I was afraid to beat them up at first, but have no fear, these can take it. So anyways, you can follow me on Instagram. You can watch how these age over time. My username is AeroSurferLV. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.